Bryan Kohberger waives his right to a speedy trial. Let's talk about why. Fuel me once here, driving instructor of the world. So every defendant has the right to a speedy trial unless they waive that right. That would mean that Bryan Kohberger had to have had a trial 6 months maximum after his arraignment. Well, the arraignment took place back in May, and so he would have had to have the trial by November at the latest, November 17th. Instead, the judge set it for October 2nd, and here's everything that has to happen between now and then. So here you can see in number 3, the trial set for October 2nd, or would have been if he hadn't waived his right to a speedy trial. Everything we're going to say today isn't happening anymore, but this is why he waived his right to a speedy trial. You can see in number 4, jury selection would have began 8:30 September 25th, and the judge said they could bring in as many as 1,000 potential jurors. That's way more than normal. But he wanted to be able to find a fair representation for the defendant. The motion to dismiss hearing would have been held September 1st, which is a week and a day away. Look at the last one on this page, number 6. All discovery must be completed by September 1st. Discovery is turning in all the evidence you have from both sides. They would have had to turn it all in by September 1st. That's crazy. Bryan needed to submit a better notice of alibi by September 8th. He had to waive his right speedy trial by September 8th. He did it today. All pre-trial motions with supporting briefs. Remember how many there were in the Johnny Depp case? There were hundreds. So all pre-trial motions, including motions in limine, motions to suppress, motions regarding the DP, all of that due by September 8th. That's 2 weeks. And then response briefs would have been due a week later. Any 404B notices were due by September 15th. The 404B notice is basically evidence of other crimes that you use for motive, planning, etc. They can't be used just to show you are a bad guy or bad person or have bad moral character. They have to be pertinent to this particular case. But that could have included, if they were going to talk about that he's an incel, some of his, dealings with other women, including when he was a grad instructor, etc. All proposed jury questionnaires and jury instructions after the case is done. Remember, the juries get instructions by September 15th. And then sentencing disclosures, including witnesses, exhibits, experts, etc., by September 15th also. Here's a little document if you want more on 404B. If you need me to, I can explain a little bit more. Okay, continuing on with the schedule. All pre-trial motions will be heard on September 22nd. That's exactly a month from yesterday when this was sent to the parties, prosecution and the defense. On or before September 8th, all counsel shall exchange, provide to the court a list of witnesses. So all the witnesses and a list of exhibits with attached copies of them, etc., by September 8th. Again, 2 weeks. And then any pretrial motions would have been heard on September 22nd. That's also just a month away. And that includes proposed jury instructions. And on or before September 8th, the counsel has to provide to the court an exchange. That means both parties give to the other a list of witnesses, a list of exhibits. We saw that, but each party shall prepare a list of exhibit it expects to offer to the court, to opposing counsel. Exhibits should be listed in the order that the party anticipates they'll be offered. In other words, when they're going to come up during the trial, you have to have them in order so the judge and the other team can follow along. This is a lot to get in just 5 weeks before trial. No wonder that Bryan Kohberger's team finally decided to waive the right to a speedy trial. We don't know when the trial will be. We only know it's going to take a while now. None of these dates will be in effect It could take a long time, actually. Literally, it could take years. It probably won't, but it could take, realistically, up to a year before Bryan's trial starts. On the road of life, please drive kind.